Now we're proceeding to measures 14 through 24, an analysis of Bewitched. Again, it's my arrangement. Now that was measure 14. We had a descending bass line. It was a G7th chord in a chord family we're not doing in this course, 2, 3, 4, and 6. The grouping, 2, 3, 4, 5, excuse me, the grouping of the inside strings. So the second beat of measure 14, that's the first inversion of the G dominant 7th chord, but then this descending bass line, taking us to the last chord in that measure, which instead of being a C 7th chord is an F sharp dominant 7th chord, utilizing a device called tritone substitution. And again, that particular chord, the voicing is 2, 3, 5, and 6, another family that we will not be discussing in detail in this course. Measure 15. What I did there was an F major 7 with an added 13-11 arpeggio on beat number 1 and 2, with also using diatonic passing tones. Here's the arpeggio and the passing tones, taking us to the F major 7 chord. Now in measure 16 I'm using an interesting device called an A Spanish Phrygian scale, the Phrygian mode. And the regular Phrygian mode in the key of A would be like this. That's one of the scales we'll be doing in this course. Of course, I did the 3-octave version in the key of F. The Spanish Phrygian utilizes not only the minor third, the C, but also C sharp. So in reality, it's a 8-note scale. But anyway, I'm using that particular device in measure 16. Here's measure 16. The last chord of which will be a A dominant 7th chord. And of course you probably noticed I use the pedal tone, the A, throughout. So it gives it more of a classical guitar feel, even though we're in a jazz guitar course. It's a device often used in the classical and flamenco guitar. Measure number 17 now. I'm giving a little bit of rhythmic impetus to that measure by using the dotted quarter note followed by the 8th note in the bass. Okay, and measure number 18, block chord. Now the last two measures of the last two beats of measure 18 employed another mode that we're using in the chorus, D Dorian mode. At least up to there, the majority of the notes are D Dorian mode. And then a chromatic fill from F sharp to A sharp, taking us to the melody note in measure 19, the B note, the 9th of the A minor 7th chord. So that was measure 19, a little filler tone there on beat number 3. Measure 20. Here we have an A Aeolian fill. It's an A Aeolian scale, but instead of beginning on A, beginning on B. Here's the block chord. Beats 3 and 4, the A Aeolian. Okay, measure number 21. Again, rhythmic drive added by the pedal, the D note. Measure 22, we have the third inversion, it's the second inversion of the G dominant 7th chord. And in the last two beats of that measure, I'll use the technique often used in harmonization, thirds. And measure 23. Measure 23, again, I'll use pedal points, the E note and the A note for the A dominant 7 sharp 9 chord. Measure 24. So we had a descending chromatic riff ending on the third inversion of the G dominant 7th chord. These are all devices that will make the arrangements a lot more musical. Thank you.